Hello my dear students, welcome to this new video. I'm here to teach you about the biggest topic from the second content of the second term. So get ready to take notes and participate in the different activities. So the biggest topic that we're going to study in this content is the past simple tense, or the form of the past simple. The first thing we must know about the past simple is the conjugation of the verbs. In the past simple tense, there are two ways to conjugate verbs, or there are two kinds of verbs. The first verbs are called the regular verbs, and the second are called the irregular verbs. The regular verbs are the verbs in which the conjugation, or to create a correct conjugation in past tense, we must add the words ed at the end of the verbs. For example, the verb talked in past tense is talked, the verb played in past tense is played. These verbs follow a rule. What is the rule? To add ed at the end of the verbs, or ied in some other verbs. But the irregular verbs are the verbs that do not follow any rule. They don't follow any rule. We need to study these verbs by heart, by memory. We need to practice and learn the conjugation. For example, the verb eat, the conjugation is ate. The verb speak, the conjugation is spoke. And the verb have, had. These verbs, the conjugation in the past don't follow a rule. The conjugation is completely different from the main verb. It's different. In most of the cases, it's different. This conjugation you need to study in a special way. That is why you need to study a verb list. You need to practice doing exercises, or maybe watching different videos in which people speak using irregular verbs. So you can learn irregular verbs, studying them in a special way, and the regular verbs, they follow a rule, but also you need to study these verbs and memorize them. So according to this, let's do the next activity. I want to invite you to stop the video if you want, and you can try to do the next activity. What is the activity about? You need to complete this test conjugating the verbs that are in here to complete the test in the correct past tense form. Okay? So you can do it on your own, or you can pay attention to me, right? So in the past, people believe in different gods. This test is about the gods in the past, right? So we are going to try to complete it. In the past, people believe in different gods in the past. They, in this case, the correct verb is the verb think. The past tense of think is thought. It's a regular verb. They thought there was a specific god for a specific thing, like god of war, god of death, god of oceans, and others. People, in this case, the correct verb is the verb pray. That means orar, and pray is a regular verb, so it finishes in ed. People pray and created altars to these gods, and they, in this case, the correct answer is they had. It had is the past tense, is a irregular verb, is the past tense of the verb have. They have a really strong faith. People used to write about them in books. They, in this case, is they wrote. Wrote is a irregular verb, is the past tense or the past conjugation of the verb write. That means escribir. Okay, it's an irregular verb. They wrote about their physical appearance and their divine skills, and also about their interaction with humans. Some gods, in this case, loved is a regular verb, so the conjugation is loved. Some gods love human beings, but there were others who did not love them at all. So in the past also there were stories about fights between us, gods, because of humans. Okay, so there were fights about human situations. So now let's continue. These were the solution of this activity. You can see we conjugate the different verbs. Regular verbs, the ones that have ed. Irregular verbs, the ones that don't have ed. Okay, guys, to continue, I want to show you the grammatical part of the past simple form. In the past simple form, in the affirmative sentence, we can use, as I told you before, regular or irregular verbs. The subjects are the same in the sentences. I mean, the verbs doesn't change according to the subject. No, the verbs stay the same in past simple form, right? This is the affirmative part. Okay, you can take a screenshot to this part, or you can take some notes to this grammatical part. The negative form, we use in past simple the expression or the auxiliary verb did not or didn't. Okay, didn't or did not is the same, right? So this is the negative form. For example, I didn't work, yo no trabajé. I didn't eat, no comí. In this case, I worked, yo trabajé. You ate, tú comiste. So you can analyze this and take some notes, okay? Also, this is the interrogative questions. In the past simple tense, the questions start with did, with the auxiliary verb did at the beginning, the subject and the verbs. In a question, in past simple tense, in a question with did, the verbs stayed in present, okay? I don't change the verb to, I don't conjugate the verbs, I don't conjugate them, no los conjugo. Did you work? Did you eat? And also in the past, in the negative form, okay? In the negative form, if you notice, the verb work is stay normal, permanece normal in present simple. Why? Because we have the auxiliary didn't work. So in negative and in questions, the verbs don't change. I don't conjugate the verbs. But in affirmative sentences, I have to conjugate the verbs. Okay, guys? Guys, that was my explanation for today. In this video, I hope that you like it. In Recursos, you are going to find the link of some games like this one that I have here, when you can practice a little bit the usage of the past simple tense, right? Thank you so much for your attention, guys, and I hope that you have learned a little bit more about the past simple tense. Anyway, in the classes, we will be practicing this topic as much as possible. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.